Again, good morning everyone. I think need na kita mag-start because it's almost 8:30 already. So maybe as said by Sir Marjun, basin naalang gid siya emergency karon. So can I check if I'm audible? Okay ra ba akong audio?
Yes, Ma'am Jane.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
thank you everyone. So again, good morning everyone. Welcome to the final presentation. So this is something our culmination activity for our course Environmental Impact Assessment or MENE 3T3. So held this May 27 to 26 via online platform. So by the way, I would like to thank everyone despite na this is a holiday good, but still inyong gigahin inyong time for today's presentation. So actually medyo ipit na tagamay sa oras because approaching na po ang deadline sa kanang grades. But uh, again, thank you so much. So to formally begin our activity, may I invite everyone to please pause for a while for a short prayer. So let us put ourselves in the presence of the Lord. So Heavenly Father, thank you for gathering us today for this academic undertaking. We ask for your guidance, wisdom, and clarity as the students present the results of their hard work and learning. Bless our presenters, our panel member, and everyone participating in this activity. May this season become fruitful, meaningful, and filled with learning that will contribute to environmental sustainability and responsible stewardship of your creation. All this we pray in your holy name. Amen. So before we proceed to the presentations, so ako na lang gihatag na ang sequence of presentation. So before we will start already, allow me first to present the criteria or the rubric that will be used in evaluating the group presentation or outputs. The evaluation, wait lang. Buksan na ako ang slide. So this will be the rubric for or the criteria kung saan namo pag-grade ang inyong output this morning. So the first criteria is technical content and accuracy. So if the group demonstrates depth of environmental engineering concepts, correctness of data, interpretation, appropriateness of methodologies, and scientific validity of EIA study. So this is 30%. Second, identification and assessment of environmental impacts. This is the ability to comprehensively identify, evaluate, and analyze potential environmental, social, and economic impacts of the proposed project. This is 20%. Third, mitigation measures and environmental management plan. So I believe that this is part of the thing that you need to present this morning. And this is part of the EIA report, the package EIA report. So if the group or the output uh, has practicality, sustainability, and effectiveness of proposed mitigation measures, monitoring plans, and environmental management strategies. Fourth, organization and the quality of the report. So the logical flow, completeness of sections, clarity of writing, formatting, proper citations, and professionalism of the written report. Fifth, the presentation and the communication skills, the clarity of the oral presentation, confidence, delivery, mastery of the topic, visual aids, and ability to communicate technical information effectively, 10%. Six, critical thinking and response to questions. So after you present, so you are given 15 minutes to present. After you present, there will be question and answer from the panel member. So this is the ability to defend the study or the proposed project, answer panel questions accurately, demonstrate analytical thinking, and justify recommendations. This is 10%. So lastly, innovation and sustainability consideration. This is the integration of sustainable development principles, innovative approaches, and relevance to environmental protection and policy. That is 5%, a total of 100%. So that is the criteria or the rubric that we will be using in evaluating your outputs. So each criterion will be created accordingly by our esteemed panel member that we invited this morning, and also read Gapon ko. And we'll also throw questions later on. So I really can move. Wait. So now, before Jig magsugod na sa atong presentation, it is my privilege to introduce our distinguished panel members for today. So our panel member is also an expert in the field of environmental engineering, and also, I believe, in environmental impact assessment. So our panel member for today is an environmental engineer, as I said earlier, a researcher and academic affiliated with the Caraga State University. So he specializes in environmental engineering, wastewater treatment, greenhouse gas control, absorption technologies, and sustainable environmental system that makes him best fit to evaluate your output for today, because ang inyong yung mga outputs this morning or the proposed projects are all environmental technologies. So specifically, he is connected with the College of Forestry and Environmental Science, the CSU. He is an assistant professor and the current chair of Master's in Environmental Management program at CSU. His educational background includes PhD in Environmental Engineering from the University of the Philippines, Diliman, and also Master of Science in Environmental Engineering from the same university. So this panel member has co-authored several international research publications on greenhouse gas emission control, wastewater treatment technologies, algal, bacterial photobioreactors, or social environmental remediation. So he has also collaborated with researchers from institutions such as University of Salerno, I believe this is based in Italy, the University of the Philippines, and the Western Mindanao University. So without further ado, please help me welcome our panel member, Dr. Rikich Pahuna. Good morning, Dr. Rikich.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, everyone. So, I believe all of us are already ready.
Medyo choppy ang imong tingog, Ma'am Tina.
Choppy akong tingog.
Mm-mm.
Oh my God. Mura lang ako ang internet ni Doc. Wait lang.
Sige, okay lang siguro. I think we need now to ano, um, proceed with the first presentation.
Mura nag-loading din ko. So, I think our first presenter for today is already ready. So, nag-loading din akong internet. So our first presenter, ang ilahang proposed project is an is to prepare the presentation this morning, Sir Marjun and the rest of the members. So you can start if you're ready.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning po. Allow me to share my screen po, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Start when you're ready.
Hi, ma'am. Ito ba okay? Entire screen. So I guess our presentation is visible to everyone.
Yes, Sir
Yes,
Marjun.
pa-part. Okay na pa-part. Miss Marjo.
So once again, good morning everyone, especially to our professor, Ma'am China ma'am, and of course to our visitor, we have Sir Pahunang, sir, and to my classmates and group mates, to each and every one of you, a happy green morning. So today, our group will present to you an EIS of the 5,500 cubic meter per day sewage treatment plant construction in Cagayan de Oro. No, so this output is our keen understanding, our analysis, our research during our EIA study. No? So inside our presentation, we're going to discuss a little bit of introduction about the current scenario of the wastewater in Cagayan de Oro. I will also discuss the purpose of this project and the project description and the process flow. My group mate, which is Ralph Unipa, he will discuss to you about the impact area description of the project and the analysis of key impacts and the environmental significance. And hopefully, one of our group mate, Marco, can join the Zoom sa hindi pa yung time niya. He will discuss the mitigation and measures and the risk assessment of our project. Pero kung dili siya makaabot, I will do the honor po. Okay, so let's start. Introduction po. Wastewater in Cagayan de Oro continues to experience increasing volumes of domestic and commercial wastewater due to the rapid urbanization. Many areas still lack proper sewerage system, leading to untreated wastewater flowing into creeks, canal, and ultimately into the Cagayan de Oro River. This contributes to high levels of fecal coliform, unpleasant odors, and ruins the water quality. We all know naman pag maanitag CDO, maybe especially if you are from Claveria, then you will go down to CDO. You are just exposed in malls in the center of the city. But when you go nearby places such as those areas which is hindi masyadong walang pera masyado yung mga tao, shall I say, hindi naman walang pera, yung payak lang yung pamumuhay is masyado talagang marumi yung mga dinaadan. Mostly yung mga nasa lababo nila, nasa kitchen is their drainage is just going to the canals, no? So that is why we have this project. No, the purpose of this project aims to establish a 5,500 cubic meter sewage treatment plant that will safely collect and treat wastewater from households, industry, institution, and commercial establishments. We only focus these wastewater sources kasi pag amo manggod tong kwaon tong mga industry, for example, we're pretty sure nga dili gyud to domestic waste ang ilahang wastewater, no? Na domestic waste pero sagol mga ingana nga scenario. So that's why we only focus some household institutions and commercial, because this is only for domestic wastewater only, no? Not those industrial wastewater. So its purpose is to reduce pollutant loads, improve sanitation, and comply with national quality standards. No? So why STP? Nganong kinahanglanon man gyud ang STP sa Cagayan de Oro City? Of course, this is to prevent untreated wastewater from contaminating rivers and waterways. It reduces risk of waterborne diseases kay pag mayngon manggudta og domestic wastewater, ang pinaka-kontra dira is the bacteria and the pathogens or the fecal coliform. That is why in a Class A effluent standard, which is our project also is designed to treat a Class A effluent standard, which is one of the parameter is the fecal coliform. No? So this STP also is help to support the city's drainage and flood management system. As we have researched, the wastewater in Cagayan de Oro only rely to some private entities, but not the whole city itself. No, so this city also meet the requirements of DAO 2016-8 and Presidential Decree 1586, and of course to address the current insufficiency of centralized wastewater treatment in the city kay wala man gyud dira sa karon. Without an STP, pollution levels will continue to increase and affecting biodiversity and communities. No, so what is the relevance of this study, this project, to the public health and environmental protection? No, of course, an STP significantly improves public health by reducing exposures to pathogens such as fecal coliforms and viruses, as I have said kanina. So environmentally, it protects water bodies and enhances the assimilative capacity of creeks and rivers. The project directly supports environmental sustainability and overall livability of urban communities. We all know that the purpose of the EIA is to enhance the quality of life of the people. That is why we have this project and we conducted an EIA, and it will help surely to enhance the sustainability and livability of the communities. No, as you can see also on the right side of the presentation, this is the common scenario, the present scenario in the Cagayan de Oro wastewater. According to the pna.gov.ph, the Macahalar Bay, as of early 2003, EMB10 reported fecal coliform bacteria levels reaching to 1,000 mpn, significantly surpassing the acceptable standard of 50 mpn. So imagine unsa nakadako, no? We have also here from the cnnphilippines.com a barangay Bonbon seawater. Kung nakaligo na mo dito sa mga beach dira sa Bonbon, in the third quarter of 2019, fecal coliform levels were measured at 248 mpn, exceeding the standard limit of 100 mpn. No, pag 100 mango, that's Class A. Class C. Pag 50, manalad sa Class A, Class A, may nga mga sali sa effluent. No? According also, a study also published in the lingerspringer.com, Cagayan de Oro River studies have consistently shown coliform concentration surpassing acceptable standards. So nagkadugay na panahon, gakaanam-anan na kadako ang fecal coliform. So imagine that. That is why we concluded to have this proposed project. So because of the nature of the project, though it is a it's a waste management, and the IRR of the PD 1586, which is the DAO 03-30 nga, dili kayo sila masyado stricto sa mga waste management projects, pero nasa sila yung mga standard nga kung mulapas na gali aning nga mga volume. For example, in a domestic wastewater facility, dapat nilapas na siya sa pag greater 500,000 siya, 5,000 cubic meter per day, did na siya og full blow EIS study. Pero kung less than 5,000, may nakalagay dito, that's in next page 71 of the DAO IRR of DAO 30, DAO 3-30, nakabutang dito na ang wastewater facility nga naa sa ani nga volume is ninja EIS study. That is why this study also need to have an EIS study full block. So for the project description, again, this is 5,500 cubic meter per day, and it is designed to process 5,500 cubic meters of wastewater per day, so serving approximately to 80,000 to 100,000 people, including residential, commercial, and institutional resources. So accordingly to the population census of Cagayan de Oro, in the year 2024, there are 700,000 people. So this capacity is enough to treat the wastewater, because when we are going to talk the wastewater generation capita of each people, we have a waste of 80 to 100 liters per day daw. Ingana daw ang wastewater nga basura kada daw sa isa ka tao. So ingana siya. So we believe that this capacity will enough to treat the said wastewater in the city. Now, so the facility will be developed on a 10 hectares site. This area is sufficient to accommodate. We have treatment units that includes from our preliminary to our tertiary treatments. No, we have also sludge handling facility. We have, kasi dapat naka-emphasize mo yun yung sludge handling facility, sludge handling, especially in the wastewater lab dinagko. Administrative and laboratory buildings. We have chemical or the chemical storage and MRF. Wala na butang ang MRF pero kasama dyan. And of course, the access roads and buffer zones. No, the large size ensure proper spacing, safety, and allowance for future expansions. So this is the map of the Lumbia, for example. As you can see in the picture, natay murag circle sa tunga, no? Kani diri nato ibutang ang atuang area. Dayon, it is located at Lumbia, Cagayan de Oro. Technically 8.3 degree north latitude and 124.6 degree east longitude. An average height of about 165 above mean sea level. Now, so the components we have here, the preliminary, primary, secondary, and advanced treatment. Yung advanced treatment natin is, it's ano lang siya, pang tertiary treatment na siya, pero hindi naman siya masyadong kasi hindi naman siya masyadong yung talagang mamahalin yung gagamitin natin ng mga filtration dito. Now, we have also sludge handling, final treatment, and support facilities. As you can see in the slide, this is the process flow of our project. So from influent, there's a 5,500 cubic meter. It will go to the bar screen. There's an deodorizer uses, and it's the grate removal chamber. Then it will go to our sedimentation tank, following to the centrifugal decanter, which is 5 cubic. So dira na mo i-introduce ang coagulant and flocculant. So that's primarily to eliminate the sludge or the suspended solids of the wastewater. And so the sludge will go to the composting area, to the sludge handling facility, and the water that the product of the decanter will go to the equalization tank. So this equalization tank is very helpful in mga unpredicted scenarios sa atong planta. For example, flood na ibaha, variability of the wastewater, the inconsistencies of influent. So this equalization tank will help to solve those problems. No, so after the equalization tank, it will go to anaerobic tank, and after anaerobic tank, it will go to the anoxic at tapos aerobic tank. No, so we have two stages of aeration tank. So magkatabi po yung anoxic tank kasi yung anoxic kasi it's 50-50% of oxygen and 50% of no oxygen. That is why dapat tapad yun na siya sa aerobic tank. No? So this is our secondary treatment kaninga part, and our tertiary treatment, or shall we say our advanced treatment, will have here the multimedia filtration. We have 3 stages, and after the 3 stages, it will go to the disinfection tank, which is technically after this process, we can have our Class A effluent standards aligned with the guidelines of the DENR. No? So the treated water will discharge into Kilaob Creek arbitrary to the Cagayan de Oro River. So as for the information of everyone, Cagayan de Oro River is not that ICA, or Salvation Environmental Critical Areas, but as stated in the PD 1586, but it is highly observed by the DNR. So kung magtapon ta og basura diri, naagyo yung mga strict nga compliance ang ato ang EMB10 ane. No? So ing-ana siya. And for this slide, I guess Ralph will do the honor. Ralph.
Hello, so good morning. This is my part in this presentation of our proposed project. So we have project phases, which is 4 phases. We have a we
Mukha ko sa Marco D. Siya na nag-ilantan doon. Start.
Ano?
Sorry now. Go na.
Ha?
Sorry, si Marco ba? Mukha ko sa si Marco D.
Ano man?
Siya nag-ilantan ng kanapan doon. Percent. Hindi ko ka-contact.
Oo.
Siya na nag-iulatan doon. Part na lang yung wala. Nanawag na sa kunitisan. Nagawis kita. Bakit dito sa talay?
Kasalay.
Oo, nalipo doon yung makontak.
Ito, ay 2-6 mo siya.
Okay, 10 yan. Ipukawas na.
Oo.
Tawagan ako dito sa pagbago.
Oo. Sige.
Recording in
and the
progress.
Cagayan de Oro River, as well as the transportation routes used for hauling materials and the site access, which is possible indirect impacts may involve the water quality changes. Not all lang po sa area, sa waterways, especially the rivers, but gamay lang yun nga changes mo noon. And also increase the traffic activities and socio-economic effects on nearby communities. So the maps also highlight the important environmental features such as the drainage, pathways, nearby barangays, and the major roads. Through this EIA process, this area are carefully assessed to ensure that environmental impacts are minimized and that the project remains compliant with the DNR environmental standards. So no, muna siya mga impact area, so dili na kay siya ingon nga dako kay siya og effects through environment and also the communities. Okay, based sa EI process, we carefully assess and about the environmental impacts, especially in the community. So next part. So we have in this analysis of environmental impact. We have water and land. So first we have the land resources. This project site is located in an urban barangays, designate for commercial and residential use. Perfectly suitable for a sewage treatment facility with anticipated only minor and temporary disturbance during the construction. So for land is we have three compensation of mga minor lang siya. So no firstly we have no encroachment of environmentally critical area. So nga na siya loss of we know of no loss of agricultural soil, minor changes to ground shape, but no impact on major geological structures. All risks, especially soil erosion, are kept low and fully controlled through engineering solution, which is the controlled earthworks, proper technical design, erosion barriers, stabilized roads, and containment system. So since the site is already built up, biological impacts are minimal. This is only limited visitation and clearing and no disturbance wildlife habitats and treated spaces. So okay, in water resources naman po, the construction may change the surface and also the drainage and increase sediment in runoff, but easily to address with controls and retention of the system. So okay, so the impacts of streams are full flow, impacts in steam flow and water acquired are negligible. So both land and water impacts are temporary, localized and fully manageable, while the projects delivers long-term protection and environment and the local environment. So next part. So also the environmental impacts in air and noise. So the project will be not alter local climate patterns with only minor greenhouse gases emission and expected from equipment and vehicle use, which can be reduced through energy efficient system. Construction activities may generate dust, exhaust, and noise, while operation stages may produce minimal odor from wastewater handling. However, the low due to the site urban settings and will be effectively controlled through measures as filters, city unit process, coding, and noise reducing equipment. Overall, these TP contributions are to air and noise pollutions are minimal and manageable. So in people in the community is we have the four negative long-term social effects I mean. So first we have the disturbance, better public health, and minor temporary inconvenience and support for local development. So that's uh, negative effects for social disturbance in the people in the community, also the community. So all impacts of environmental and social are minimal and temporary and well controlled, while the benefits to community and the environmentals are clear and lasting. So next part.
Thank you, Ralph. For the next slide,
Okay.
Ralph, we'll have Marco to do the honor.
Okay
Go.
po. Sige po.
No, good morning everyone. Audible ako. Excuse me.
Oo, Marco, okay lang.
Yes, yes po. Edible na po.
Okay, so this is the environmental significance based on EIA that have done here in Cagayan de Oro City. So the project's impacts are significant but manageable because of first, most identified impacts occur during construction. They are temporary in nature. The second one is the operational impacts are predictable and controllable through engineering designs, no, based on the what being shown in our full manuscript, membrane filtration, the clarifier, and the disinfection. Impacts have clear, feasible mitigation measures described in environmental management plan or the EMP. So, for the information of everyone, we have a lot of EMP in our manuscript, but here in the presentation that is kanang amo lang so ang kato lang gid kayo kuan. So the most crucial impact in water quality. Water quality is the most environmentally significant issue because una is the effluent may affect Kialob Creek to CDO, which is muna may pinaka um, um, main kuan sa creek tanan diri sa Cagayan de Oro. So diya nagsumpay tanan. Then the river, both important to biodiversity and community use. You know. Risks include nutrient loading, DO depletion, and receiving water contamination. However, the STP uses secondary biological treatment, the advanced membrane filtration, multimedia filtration, chlorination, and disinfection. No, we use the primary primary stage to advance. That this ensure influence meets the DAO or the 2016-08 Class A standards, making impacts high manageable. So yung Class A na nagayos na kuan. So we have up to Class 1 man, Class D. So ang the rest is ang Class A nga among focusing. So although the project has notable impacts, all are manageable with proper mitigation. So tanan based sa amo ang is manageable siya with proper yun nga mitigation. The long-term environmental benefits of the STP far outweigh the temporary negative effect, making the project environmentally significant and beneficial to all citizens here in Cagayan de Oro City. So based on the table, I will just summarize it. So based sa anong sa kaninga kuan during the kaninga table. So during the construction, thus simplified environmental management plan. So gikan sa mga environmental issues, kaning mitigation measures, responsible unit, and then the monitoring frequency. So kaning dust during the construction, dust will be controlled through the regular water spraying and covering of soil stockpiles to be carried out to contractor and monitored daily. So construction of noise will be minimized by limiting activities to the hours, monitor as needed. For the police, wastewater treatment efficiency will be ensured through routine inspection and maintenance, and will be done weekly by the STP operations team. So the odor will be managed through proper ventilation system and monitored, of course, daily. So sludge disposal, there is a last three nga is siya, disposal will be follow an organized composting process with monthly monitoring and will solid debris with properly transported to the landfill on a semi-annual basis. And lastly, is the effluent discharge quality will undergo continuous monitoring to ensure compliance with regulatory standards. This will be handled by plant management. So overall, these measures guaranteed that day-to-day operations remain compliant, safe, and environmentally sound. So dito sa sa second ay sa second table. Okay, so there is a chronic risk, acute risk. So the first acute risk is chemical spill such as chlorine, chlorine. The risk type is the effluent non-compliant. This is yung BUD, yung biology, COD, TSS, the suspended solids, nutrients. And the second one is sludge. So is non-compliance sa beer operation, equipment there, and incorrect sludge age. So the potential impact with certain that is yung long-term river deterioration, and DO depletion. And of course, the regulatory penalties. So the likelihood and the severity is there are based on the analysis is na mga medium and high. So because chronic when you say chronic is dili siya ingon nga diretso ba. So hinanayon pa ka. So, chronic risk. So, sa ay na long term. So, maintain correct loading. Ang sa mitigation measures is maintain correct loading rate, routine equipment maintenance, operator training, and then continuous monitoring. So, in emergency response, just in case of emergency, so immediate plant optimization, isolate affected units, so isolate siya. And then, notify EMB if threshold are exceeded. So, handling cause is the poor dewatering, the improper storage or disposal, silage is a potential impact if this will be mishandled is soil contamination, of course the odor, and then the vector attraction. So the likelihood and the severity is medium lang. In the mitigation measures is mechanical dewatering, cover storage, timely hauling, proper composting or enzyme treatment if possible or PD. Emergency response in case of emergency, stop sludge discharge, isolate contaminated area, deploy cleanup team, and disinfect if needed. So, dirito sa acute risk or sudden and then short-term event. So the first acute risk is chemical spill such as chlorine, coagulants, and acids. This may arise from handling errors or equipment leaks. Potential impacts include working exposure, mga toxic releases, and soil or water contamination. So to prevent this, we will enforce proper chemical storage, including the training of all personnel, which is yung chemical handling, band walls, the personal protective equipment. So ito yung trained handlers, chemical handlers. In case of spill, pwede maging malikayan because we are handling chemicals. Emergency actions include activating the spill kit. So, spill kit basing ng mga emergency nga mga shower na ba. Then evacuating the area containing the spill, neutralizing chemicals, and coordinating with Bureau of Fire Protection if needed. The likelihood and the severity are classified as low to high depending on the chemical involved. So the second acute risk is the equipment failure. So particularly mga blowers, pumps, and generators. So causes include mechanical breakdown or electrical fault. The impact may lead to process disruption, untreated discharge, and other issues. Mitigation includes preventive maintenance, backup pumps and blowers, and the standby generator. Emergency response involves switching to backup systems, isolating the field equipment, and restoring operational flow as soon as possible. So in conclusion, to conclude, the study shows all identified environmental impacts gikan sa land, water, air, and noise, and of course the socio-economic are predictable, controllable, and manageable through the Environmental Management Plan or the EMP. The project provides high environmental and social benefits. Now, our 5,500 CMD sewage treatment plant will first significantly improve water quality in Kilab Creek and the Cagayan de Oro River. So the second one is reduce pollution loads from domestic sources. The third is protect public health by reducing risk of waterborne diseases. Fourth is the support of sustainable development in Cagayan de Oro City. Next is the enhanced ecological conditions downstreams. And last is the represent a major of environmental investment for the city. So finally, the project complies with all environmental regulations, including the Presidential Decree 1586, which is yung Philippine Environmental Impact Statement System, and the DAO 2016-08 and DAO 03-30. Our design, operation, and monitoring plans are fully aligned with these standards. With that, be respectfully submit that the project is environmentally viable and recommended for ECC approval. That would be all. Thank you so much and God bless.
Thank you so much sa atong first group presenter who present the proposed 5,500 cubic meter per day sewage treatment plant construction in Cagayan de Oro City. So again, thank you so much, Engineer Nipa, Engineer Paragosa, and Engineer Simiara. So now let us welcome our panel member, Doc Rikic, for your questions.
Ay, ako din mag-una di ay.
Mas maayo ikaw, Doc.
Abi na
Later.
ako una.
Ha?
Sige.
Or,
Sorry.
unsa man, ako na? Laban na ka?
Sige. Sige lang, okay lang ako mag-una. So, it's good note that um you presented this project. Actually, it is technically stronger and more structured. No, you presented um, the project alternatives, process technology selection, kining pagalit pa, yung 100% public participation, environmental matrices, manpower, regulatory alignment, um, operational phases, monitoring plans, and the processes or the technical processes of your sewage treatment plant. But I have a major technical questions with regard to the influent design characterization. What are the parametric considerations of designing the sewerage treatment facility?
Hello po, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you po. For the effluent characterization po, sir, it will follow the parameters in the Class A standard po, sir, which is in our manuscript. It can be seen in the K analysis of environmental impact, sir. The water, we have stated there the Class A parameters. We have the BOD, phosphate, nitrate, ammonia, oil and grease, surfactants, and fecal coliforms po, sir. So these parameters, sir,
Can you present
well,
again your design?
design, sir.
Yeah.
Hmm. Stop sharing. Ay, nasa. This one. This one po, sir.
Do you process technology coagulation and flocculation? You have the primary sedimentation tab, like this one, the decanter.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So why are you choosing this this operational unit of your sewerage treatment plant? What are the
Ah,
bases?
yes, sir. In the parameters, sir, we have oil and grease. So oil and grease can be removed here in our centrifugal decanter. We have the ammonia, nitrate, the BOD. It can remove here in our biological processes, sir. We have
The
also,
the arrow will directly after equalization tank, it will go through the anaerobic tank. Why not uh, directly put it in the aeration tank?
this serves as the mitigation measure also, sir, if we have overloading of the volume of our influencer. So for example, kung may ulan kusog, may baha, so this helps to ano, sir, para dili siya mag-overload ang amuang important processes, which is the aeration, sir.
But it compromises um, the technical capacity of the aeration and the anaerobic tank. If you anticipate a, a storm water entering in your sewerage treatment facility, it will
I
compromise its
well,
capacity.
yes,
How are
yes
you
po,
going
sir.
to
Hindi naman siya masyadong nakakaapekto, sir, kasi storm rin na naman, so konti-konti lang. Hindi naman talaga siya totally volume. So kung konti-konti lang yung makapasok, so it will help kasi nadidelete niya yung wastewater natin, parang ganun po, sir.
since you mentioned about the storm water, have you conducted or how was the hydraulic retention time determined?
So far, sir, the calculations of our hydrology analysis po, sir, as stated um in our
Because in your paper, there's no calculation about the HRT.
yes, sir. We
The,
just directly stated the ano, sir, kasi
you also
though
don't make computation of sludge age, the FMM ratio, then the oxygen demand calculations. You don't have that calculation.
yes, sir, because we just ano po, we just think nga ano po, hindi naman kasi siya masyadong like nasa sa upper layer, nasa sa top, sir. So medyo kung maulan siya, muna ogra ang ulan, parang ganun po, sir.
Mhm. And okay, um, pwede pa naugna ninyo ang kining kuan ang inyong word. I-minimize ang inyong word file. No, sige. Let's focus on the design um of your sewerage treatment facility. So, what's the purpose of this anaerobic tank?
As for the experience po kasi, sir, we are all work in wastewater naman kasi. So we're not pretty sure, sir, kung tama ba talaga or hindi. Pero we believe po kasi, sir, that anaerobic tank is also essential in the process of biological process. So it could be, for example, the BOD here, sir, can eliminate 40%. So dapat kasi, sir, yung kasi may mga yung tap, okay, yung the anaerobic processor can eliminate 40% of the process of the BOD. So naano lang dito 60% for the anaerobic tanks, sir. That is why we have anaerobic process, sir, before it will go to aerobic po, sir.
Mhm. Okay. And what's the purpose of this? You also have this, unsa na siya? Anoxic tank, then aerobic tank.
The anoxic tank, sir, will serve as the treatment of our ammonia in the parameter. So, the ammonia parameters, sir, can be deducted in this stage po, sir, from anoxic tank.
Then after that, you'll go to oxic, which is this aerobic tank.
Yes po, sir. This stage will essentially help degrade our biological oxygen demand of the wastewater, sir. So after this, sir, we pretty sure that the BOD will be meet the standard po, sir, which is just 50
But if I have
ppm po.
um, uh, how about if I have a high strength wastewater, then I have a high concentrations of the phosphates. What will happen? What will happen to the phosphate? It will go to this this unit operations of your design.
Well, sir, we believe that phosphate can be reduced in this area, sir, the anaerobic process, because this is maintained by rotary blowers, sir. Tapos enough retention time, and if if the aeration, if the oxygen is not enough, sir, we can introduce here, sir, some enzymes to catalyze, to fasten the process of biological process, sir. So for the phosphate, sir, it can be
In what exact unit of operation in your design does the phosphate um will be
the phosphates, sir, can be reduced in the aerobic process po, sir. And after that, it will directly go to the MMF chlorinization, then effluent, sir. Because one of the characteristics of the phosphates, sir, as observed in the wastewater treatment facility, if the effluent will be stored in the area for about many days, the phosphate will increase. So we will make sure that after the process, it will directly go to ano, sir. It will be discharged po. Hello po, ma'am. I guess, sir, it was...
Yes. Yes, murag na exit lang si Doc Rickich kay kuan gid pod medyo iyang internet.
Ingali man ni ma'am, no? Sa man ni ma'am, oy. Ingali
Yes.
ma'am.
Laban.
Opo, di ko katigong
Because
opo.
I said earlier, wastewater gid po di iyang specifically biological treatment process.
Yun nga, ma'am,
Expert.
pagkabasa pa lang, Diyos ko, haldak ka expert ulit sa water mo. Wala hindi ka rin.
Oh yes, as Doc Rickich is already here.
sorry, nawala ko. You mentioned about the advanced oxidation process. What's the purpose of the advanced oxidation process?
For this process, sir, well, oxidation, sir, is I'm not sure, I'm not good in chemical formula, sir, but oxidation, sir, is well, to oxidize a certain chemical, sir. I guess Marco is good at this, sir. But technically, sir, in our process, there's no such oxidation process in this, sir. Kasi after our biological process, sir, well, there's an oxidation in the biological process, sir, pero Mostly kasi sir, ginagawa yung oxidation process after secondary treatment, which is where you have heavy metals kaya di na gyud makuha sir. Like you have your water treatment na kibali. Pero in this design po kasi sir is we don't need those technical oxidation process after the biological process. We just have here this multimedia filtration sir. And after this one sir, mamit na namo ang class A po, sir.
And
Yes, sir, kung
and
pagtubag sa dira. Kabalo mo kumaga.
in addition, sir, is usually yung advanced oxidation process are used to also to dis pollutants na dili gaka-remove sa mga conventional bitaw nga biological or physical treatment, which is wala sa mo ang sa mo ang
This is merely
design po sa mo
Process sa design.
advanced
so your
the
design
main
is merely
purpose is
conventional, right?
conventional lang na sir.
Some of these are conventional, sir, but we have
biological.
here centrifugal decanter, this MMF, this anoxy, these are not conventional, sir. The conventional is just sedimentation, anaerobic, aerobic. This is composed of sir, conventional plus those existing processes po, sir.
Mga conventional or mga physical treatment. Sir, kay if one mo good yung sugod mo tag one advanced oxidation process is usually used gina siya sa mga to oxidize and destroy the mga gahi gigi i-remove ng mga pollutants, no, which is ang among focus is correct man siya. So
But
we don't think so
you
nga na
are
yung mga
treating domestic wastewater, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Why did you not include heavy metals since heavy metals is also included in domestic wastewater? The
Well,
emerging contaminants.
Well, sir, in the
Because
parameters in the
are-
class,
because if we are going to design only a conventional wastewater, I think it is very obsolete. Why not go through a system where it can also recover resources out from wastewater?
yes po, sir. We just stick to the idea po, sir, that we're going to treat a class A effluent. So, the parameters are not includes heavy metals. So, parang hindi na namin siya naisip na hanapan pa ng paraan para makuha yung heavy metals because kung sa class A effluent lang naman, sir, is wala namang heavy metals doon. So, parang yun na yung basis namin, sir, on designing a treatment
We
po, sir.
we cannot say na domestic wastewater has no heavy metal.
Yes, sir.
No, kay if we are going to characterize domestic wastewater, it already has an ample concentrations of heavy metals. No, it is not the same as before na mga domestic wastewater. We need to consider all the contaminants, no, including heavy metals and emerging contaminants. What are those emerging contaminants? Those pharmaceuticals, no?
Yes, sir.
Even in our landfill, we also have heavy metals, no, sa ato ang landfill. Because we also conducted heavy metals concentrations of landfill, and we found out that in a landfill at a certain distance, in fact we found out, sorry for the noise, we found out there's a higher concentration of heavy metals in agricultural land near the landfill. So in that sense, naayoy heavy metals concentration sa ato ang wastewater or domestic wastewater. Why are you not considering that in your design?
Thank you so much, sir, for the information. But as I have stated earlier, sir, in the introduction, we're going to choose only wastewater from domestic waste, which is coming from the household, coming from the establishments, which is okay for domestic wastewater because for example, sir, as you said, like emerging contaminants from pharmaceuticals, so we're not going to treat that in here, sir, kasi may iba tayong paraan paano kunin yon. So yung influence talaga natin dito sa design po namin, sir, is pipiliin lang po talaga namin yung domestic water na parang black water and gray water lang po talaga, sir.
Okay. To add Manggod, a conventional wastewater is not, kumbaga dili na siya uso karon ba?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Why not designing it a wastewater treatment facility where it can also offset the operational cost of this treatment technology, no? Kay mao manggod na ang problema sa ato ang sa ato ang nasod, no? We have no treatment facility when it comes to our domestic wastewater, where in fact the high contributors for our surface or for our water bodies contamination is the domestic, not the point source or not the industrial. The domestic wastewater has high contributions towards our surface water contaminations. So in that sense, why not designing a wastewater treatment facility where it can offset the operational cost of our the wastewater treatment, no? So ana lang. You also did not consider have you considered the air quality or the odor dispersion of your wastewater treatment facility?
We have in the manuscript, sir, but not totally yung parang full-blown talaga na parang nag-model talaga kami ng air, sir, because the EQI of the Cagayan de Oro, sir, is hindi naman siya ganun. And we believe that the air and noise from this treatment, sir, is hindi siya medyo critical nga makahatag og impact sa sir, sa air, which this design, sir, for technically, sir.
Because in AIA, we should include the odor aspects of our treatment facility in our wastewater. No, because in our wastewater, Manggod, if it is not completely assimilated, or if the contaminants is not completely assimilated by the bacteria, or if it is not completely degraded or treated by our wastewater technology, there are emissions, no? That we have carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, and so on, or ammonia, or other contaminants like volatile organic compounds. No? But where in those gases actually affects those adjacent populations, why did you not consider those aspects?
For our script po, sir, given na po kasi ng urban locations, sir, and the air quality of the city is parang na-mandated naman siya sa mga vehicles lang talaga. Parang yung air quality, yes, sir, is parang yung nakakabahala lang talaga is from vehicles and residential activities lang. So this STP, sir, will just add minimal contribution lang. But we have already put in our mitigation IMP, sir, that for odors, we have controls naman, sir. Like yung nilagay namin doon yung yung biofilters, yung neutralization kibali sa mga air, mag-spray kami ng pang-neutralize. We have also a green belt na nilagay namin doon sa IMP namin, yung magtatanim kami ng mga puno. So that helps po, sir, for the air problem naman po galing sa wastewater treatment po.
Anong gikuan ninyo ang Fabcon and aroma oil as odor control?
It's well,
Is that
sir.
visible?
Well, sir, it's economic friendly because some of the industry, especially kasi some of the wastewater industries, yung pinagtatrabahuan ko din dati, sir, they just use that neutralization control, sir. For the meantime lang, pero pag ma-disperse na siya, just to neutralize the amoy, sir, mga ingana bala, sir. Kasi ano man siya, sir, pag ma-sprayan na nimo tong baho kay medyo magumot man siya. But it's just for the meantime, sir. But for talaga is we have chlorinization, mo yan yung ginagamit namin for odor control talaga, sir.
So why not stick to the green belt nga inyong gikuan? Why not? Because you are also adding pollutants if you spray aerosols. Though it eventually goes to our water, but it directly affects our atmospheric conditions if you are going to spray aerosols.
For lang, sir, minimal lang, sir. Konti-konti lang po.
How minimal is minimal? You know, we are environmental engineering here. We should not use minimal. We should quantify.
For the aerosols, sirs, we don't have aerosols to use. So we just use those organic chemical.
Fabcon is an aerosol.
We just use those sir, yung i-dilute pa siya sa sir. Those like Downy, vanilla, yun, sir. Hindi talaga yung parang sprayer talaga na parang Lysol, yung nakabutang na spray. Dapat yung pa, sir, yung i-dilute pa siya sa wastewater, taka i-spray siya, para yun po. Hindi po sa yung aerosol talaga na mabibili talaga directly sa market po. Yung ibig po sabihin ng Fabcon dyan, sir, is Downy, so i-dilute pa siya sa tubig, tsaka siya i-spray, ganun po, sir, yung idea po.
Okay. So since we tackle about the operational cost of and you mentioned about the economic aspects of your proposed project, no? What is the projected energy demand of the sewage treatment plant or your design?
Well, for the energy consumption, sir, it helps kasi nga sa Cagayan de Oro wala talagang nagre-rely lang yung yung city sa mga private entities, but if the city will have this it will give them sir, more profit kasi nga pag kukunin natin yung basura sa isang bahay, magbabayad sila sa atin, parang ganun, sir.
I mean, no, I'm talking about the energy demand of your sewerage treatment facility.
Yes, sir. It will
Like for
only
example, if we have this 600 or the 6,000 na cubic meter na wastewater, how much is the energy demand?
well, sir, if we have influent of 5,500 cubic meters, sir, it will go to our different processes. So,
Like
It will
sa mga sa inyong hang blower nga inyong hang ikuan i-install sa pump no?
240 kVA sir will do. Kasi yung amin kasi dito sir sa planta na pinagtatrabahoan namin, we have 240 kVA lang yung transformer namin, which is enough to supply. And I've stated here sir the 450
I
kVA
think
for
in your AIA you need to include the energy demand
hindi ko
no?
ba na-copy
And
paste
then
dito?
the greenhouse gas footprint. How about the greenhouse gas footprint?
Well, sir, we have green barriers that helps for our greenhouse gases, sir. We have
Because
also
you have an aerobic tank, of course, there's a methane emissions, no? So what is the global warming potential of methane?
well, sir, a wastewater hindi naman siya masyadong kasi nasa yung I'm not sure with the value, sir. Kasi yung wastewater kasi sir, yung pinaka gaseous talaga niya sir is the NO2, nitrogen oxides. Pero
What is the global warming potential of NO2? If that is uh, really the product of the end product of treating wastewater,
we did not include that in our studies, sir, the global warming of the certain
maybe you
gaseous
need
po.
to like for example, you have the anaerobic tank. Why not install a, a what we call it a technology also that will purify methane because you can recover energy out of the anaerobic tank, right? Because the main product of anaerobic tank is methane, and you have a byproduct of hydrogen sulfide. So omitting those hydrogen sulfide and you have a methane product since methane is very stable because it has a chemical formula of CH4. So we have to install another treatment for methane purification. With that, we can recover an energy out of the anaerobic tank. With that,
Yes,
it can
sir.
offset the greenhouse gas footprint, right? Because
Yes,
you
sir.
have a recovery of methane. Then you only have this carbon footprint and then the nitrous oxide, and then we can calculate the global warming potential, right?
Yes po, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you po. And we understand. In this project po kasi, sir, we just focus on the economic also, the economic stability po kasi so hindi na namin and hindi naman kasi siya knowing sad kasi sir in sir. Well, it's good for research maybe in the future, but as existing po kasi sir, wala naman po kasing wastewater na parang may talaga sila sir, may treatment talaga sila sa gaseous na galing sa wastewater. As for lang sir naman, so as for
Naana karon no
okay.
na nga ingon ana nga mga technology asa located ang inyong project?
In Cagayan de Oro po sir.
I mean, what exactly in Cagayan de Oro?
In Lumbia po sir. Lumbia, Cagayan de Oro po sir.
So, what are the considerations why you are putting your wastewater treatment technology in Lumbia?
Lumbia
cost high
sir
energy
is
It can cost high energy demand.
Kasi po sir medyo do urbanized na po yung Lumbia sir pero malayo siya dun sa sir sa city. So kaya dami siya talaga nilagay yun. Saka kung hindi din siya masyadong ano sa malayo sa tao. Kung flood control po din yung pag-uusapan, medyo hindi siya maaabot ng baha pag magbabaha kasi nasa malayo po sir. So that's our sums of cancer factor nga gi-consider.
Mhm. Like
So,
you don't
murag
have
napay na
do you have a typhoon resilience analysis, flooding, power
we don't have
interruption? It is very essential in our environmental impact assessment, no? Have you included the the public health aspect in your
public health
project?
sir. We have public health dun sa people bala yun sir.
Mm. Mm-mm.
Ito sir, public health ito lang po sir, hindi po
How
siya
are you
masyadong
how did you handle your sludge in terms of sludge handling? How are you
well,
going to treat your sludge?
well sir, after the centrifugal decanter, it will go to ano sir, in our IMP sir, naka-dictate diri nga amo siyang i-dewater, amo siyang ibulad, and it will for composting sir.
Bulad. So it will emit pathogens
Well
in
sir,
our
it's organic sir. So
no,
in a
there's a
great
lot of pathogens in our sludge.
but it's a sludge in ano sir, in
Considering
aeration.
no, considering we came from a COVID-19, the coronavirus, of course, no, there's a presence of coronavirus in our wastewater. Then ibulad mo siya, then it will somehow emit mga bacteria and pathogens in our air. At a certain distance, it is near um in our nearby populations. Of course, it will affect those populations, no?
Yes sir, yes po.
Why not mag why not propose a, a treatment facility for sludge and then use those sludge for as the economic aspects of sludge because it can be sold to our agricultural sector. Yun, anak
Actually
nga
sir,
mga kuan ba?
that's our ano sir, that's our plan. That's the idea written here about our sludge disposal sir. It will go for composting pero biotechnology lang yung gagamitan namo sir. Yun nga sir, part of the process na i-dewater siya. So, ang pag-dewater siya, it could be use of chemical, tapos pwede po na mo siya gamitan kung natural na nga drying. Ito, ibulat nga po sir. Then after that, i-applyan na mo siya og enzymes kibali and i-test na mo iyahang
What
NPK,
kind of enzyme?
sir.
What what kind of enzyme are you going to apply for sludge?
We're just searching for any marketable enzymes, sir. Na ano, may mga ano sir, may mga nakita kami pero hindi namin siya in-emphasize dito like
Mango, you need to emphasize everything, no, on how
even
we
the
are
ano
going to
sir,
do it.
the brand of the product.
No, not the brand of the product, no.
Nakakita kasi kami ng brand lang sir eh. So hindi din namin alam kung ano yung bacteria na nandun, ano yung enzyme na nandun, parang ganun po sir. So dapat isama pala namin sir no?
Um, not necessarily, but in AIA Mango, we have to be clear in our mitigations, no. Kay pangitaon magud naa siya sa sa mga sa technical na aspect sa ato ang projects, no? It's part of issuing the ECC. So dapat whatever the fate of your contaminants and whatever the ano sa tawag dali anak kini um, the factors or parameters na dapat i-consider sa inyong project, it should be included. So I guess
Copy po, sir. Copy po.
daghan pa unta ko pangutana as well as the social, but I think marag katulong lang sa but sige ihatag na lang nako kang Ma'am Gina.
Thank you po, sir.
Wow. Grabe ka productive na question and answer. So actually daghan pa gyud unta sa pwede mga mapangutana because actually this EAA is very long report, so kung itinud-on gyud kaayo nato gyud. So sa EMB gani do gini siya mahuman ang evaluation ani, but those comments raised by Dr. Kitch are very technical, and I believe it will really help to improve especially ang atong design, no, sa
Yes.
atong facility. So also you will revise this report ninyo, everyone, and then I will check as that one, then mo pud akong i-grade. So lahi na siya nga grade ang inyong final or revised report. So as for me, dili na lang kay ko mag-ask of questions for the first group, but comments na lang din pod Sir Marjun sa inyong report. So nalang ko nabantayan na inconsistency sa inyong gipangbutang na capacity. Di ba? This is 5,500 cubic meter per day. So na ako'y nakita
Yes.
diri sa page na ako'y nakita nga 6,000 manggod.
Lagi ma'am yung 6,000 hindi na edit. Nakita ko din namin. Wala!
Yeah. Okay. Unsa man gyud?
It's 5,500. Ma'am. It's 5,500 CMD.
Yeah. Kanang consistent lang ta sa ato ang mga values, because kung mao lagi, kung tinuod gini nato, this is very important when the EMB evaluate our submissions. This is very significant to ensure na ang technical credibility sa inyong report.
Yes po, ma'am.
So,
I guess this, murag dito nga part, ma'am, wala ako na-edit.
yeah. Mao yate mo natag sa amo.
Yes po, ma'am.
Then medyo tungod pud siguro kay limited atong time nga mokuha og kanang data, actual data sa field. Nagid tay mga missing baseline data sa atong air quality, sa water, but yeah, masabtan ra kayo. Although this is a major requirement, masabtan sa atong end. So that is why I encourage everyone gid unta nga mag-research ta. If we could ask data from the DNR, mas ma-appreciate yung ta nato ni ato ang baseline data presented. And then unsa gani ang classification sa ato ang Kialobrick and then Cagayan de Oro River, it based sa DNR yung classification. This is class
Sa ano lang siya, ma'am, kasi arbitrary, kasi siya sa Cagayan de Oro River. So, Cagayan de Oro River is Class A. So, since, Class A po, ma'am.
okay. So lagi, pero na-mention naman po ninyo ganina na inyuhang ipong i-target na ma-fall within the Class A classification sa effluent standards. So naklaro ra po yung Class A, including the creek, kaya Alobrick Creek.
Yes po, ma'am.
Ko lang isa sa inyuhang kuanan sa inyong effluent. Then I think kana lang lagi daghan po na possible questions, but maybe basing as Doc Ricketch pwede ra pod nato i-kuan katong mga other nato nga questions, pwede ra pod nako ihatag sa ila ha. Pwede ra pod nimo siya i-message ako para ma-improve pod ang ilang report. Since medyo limited ra pod gid pod atong time. I think that
So,
would be all
kuan
for
lang no,
okay.
meaning if we are going to present this in the end, or maybe you have to consider those that meaning sa social, no? Like for example, acceptance of the community, the how will the order affect long-term quality of life, no? The barangay selected over others, the kining measurable na mga public health na improvements, no? Kung ang property values ba mo decline or not, what happened during kining STP malfunction or overflow. O ingon ana nga mga aspects, no, so you have to consider. And those in a technical side, no, we should also consider the sa tawag ato, so katong sa geo nga aspect sa geology nga mga aspects, tapos ato ang soil dapat included na siya sa ato ang AIA, katong public health, katong energy and climate na aspects, the air quality, katong odor, because wastewater manggod, it eventually emits gas pollutants, and some of those gas pollutants eventually has this odor characteristics. So we have to consider those. The handling of our of sludge, kanaa siya, then the water quality, then the hydraulic aspects sa inyong project, and then the project design as itself. So you have to consider in every unit operations of your designs, you have to present what's the purpose of what's the purpose of every unit operations of your designs, so that the technical panel will know, in this anoxic pala, it will suppress the nutrients in our wastewater. It will go to the deoxic, it will suppress phosphate. If we are go to anoxic, it will suppress ammonia or nitrogen compound. So maingon ana nga mga aspects dapat i-consider na nato. Ako lang.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you kaayo, Doc. So I hope na ay nag-take note man ko, but I hope the proponents also take note those
Naka-record naman.
very yes, naka-record po. Very important concerns. I will share this recording. So I think that would be all for the first group. Thank you so much for our proponents, Engineer Paragoso, Engineer Onipa, and Engineer Senyara. Now, let's proceed sa ato ang second